Thank you so much for joining me once again. We are doing Course in Miracles lessons, and we are on lesson 238 today. On my decision, all salvation rests. Father, your trust in me has been so great. I must be worthy. You created me and know me as I am, and yet you placed your Son's salvation in my hands and let it rest on my decision. I must be beloved of you indeed. And I must be steadfast in holiness as well, that you would give me, your Son, in certainty that he is safe, who still is part of you, and yet is mine, because he is myself. And so again today, we pause to think how much our Father loves us and how dear his Son, created by his love, remains to him whose love is made complete in him. It is an awe-inspiring idea to think that we would be given the reins, we would be given the responsibility for the salvation of the world. As we remember this, we remember that we are all one. And so by healing ourselves, we are healing salvation. We are creating salvation. But think about what happens if your parents had a souped up special car, and I don't know cars, so I don't know the best car that there would be, but if there was a car that you valued and thought it was spectacular, and they handed you the keys and said, I'm giving this and I'm entrusting this with you, or the keys to the business, or the responsibility for overseeing the party of the year, the event of the year, they were saying that I trust you enough to take this precious, this wonderful, this important idea and take care of it and nurture it and grow it. And that is what this lesson is telling us. On my decision, all salvation rests. God trusts us and trusts that we will return to him through love. And it is because he knows the truth of who we are. We simply need to remember that truth so that we can live that salvation for ourselves and for the rest of the world. Let's see what Tina Spalding's channelings tell us. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. These kinds of lessons that seem so filled with responsibility are, in fact, freedom-giving lessons. When you align your mind with divine purpose, everything falls into place. When you allow the ego mind, with all its confusing and conflicting beliefs, chaos ensues. If you imagine the most powerful being, which is you, as chaotic, unpredictable, unnecessarily emotional, and reactive, you become quite a liability to your brothers and sisters. But when you align your mind, the most powerful creative device that you've been given by your Father in heaven, with love and act, you think and act, speak and believe in the grandeur that created you and is reflected in you, and you become such an asset to the world. You become such an asset to yourself. There are no more ups and downs, back and forths, or good or bad days. You sail forth into your life with light and the wind behind you in the sails. All the trials and tribulations that are manufactured by your distorted mind, rocks on the road and holes that you trip over, are created by you, because you are the creator of your future experience, and it will reflect the frequency that your mind holds. It will reflect the beliefs that you empower with all of your mighty creative abilities. Remember, old resentments contaminate your future. They do not reside in the past. Every time you revisit them, you plant those seeds in the future. Most of you do not realize this. We know that forgiveness would be done very, very quickly if you truly understood the implications of your beautiful future when you forgive. Your mind becomes peaceful. It rises up like a balloon into the knowledge of heaven, and you get guidance beyond your ability to comprehend when you are down in the ego's battlefield. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you tomorrow. When we perseverate on the past, We are looking at it, and it is the thing that we are feeding. And so it is the seeds that we are planting for tomorrow. And so it is what we are creating for the future. When we allow forgiveness into our lives, when we let go of the pain and the suffering that we have perceived from events that have happened in the past, realize that they can be lessons and stepping stones. We then plant love as our future, and we are more open to the guidance that we receive from Source. And so our future becomes more loving, more health filled, more abundant, more joyous. We have the creative abilities to create the future that we choose by learning through the lessons that we encounter and not becoming attached to the picturing of the moments when we have sided with the ego. We can simply choose again and align ourselves with heaven. When we align ourselves with heaven, when we decide for God, that is when we are a part of salvation and we allow heaven to come into its rightful place. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.